Hello, everybody. Finally, we are back in our studio, as in on our beds in our respective houses. And we are back recording another episode after what has been
dead.
ages.
The newspapers have been making rumors we died. We haven't died. There are no newspapers, but we're alive and well. We just have school. And
I know. I know you all missed us so much. But we're back now.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We're back now. Welcome back to the M&M podcast. I am your host, Manasi.
Oh, and I'm Mehr. I forgot how things go.
Yeah, we forgot how to introduce ourselves. Today we are joined by the lovely, amazing Shreya.
Of course we are. It took a while to get this checked through with my secretary and make sure I'm actually free for the evening. You know, because I'm a busy woman and all that. But turns out I just had to come here, you know, because
you're just such big fans of our show, aren't you?
Amazing.
Exactly.
Huge fan.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't remember, Shreya was on our South Asian Rep episode. So go watch that if you haven't. The reason we were not able to make an episode for so long, I feel like we owe an explanation to all of our dedicated fans out there.
Yeah, our 5 dedicated fans, you guys. 5 full fans.
Yes. Anyways, the reason it's because we were so caught up with school and we weren't able to record an episode in a while. And so, you know, it just kept adding on and we never got to it.
Yeah. And then procrastination, spending all my time reading.
Or not being able to focus on your homework.
Daydreaming instead of doing my homework.
That's a big one. Daydreaming.
That's the thing. Okay. Wattpad fanfictions have ruined my life. Because every time I literally... Don't even get me started on the books that I read. I was going to say something. I was going to go somewhere with this. Bruh, I was going to make such a good joke, and now I don't remember what the freaking joke was.
No, because you go on Wattpad to, like, find a nice backstory for a character that a book or TV show didn't do enough justice for. For example, Draco Malfoy, right? Sure. But then you go and you find such childish writing on there.
That's because listen, here's the thing with Wattpad is good and all, but Archive of Our Own, I've read whole literary masterpieces that should be like Shakespeare worthy. If Shakespeare, I swear to God, Archive of Our Own is just like Shakespeare reincarnated, just writing stuff and putting it out there and no one knows. But then Wattpad, we have these 12-year-olds with like their mini iPads, right? Their crusty iPads, which they never clean, by the way. I'm directing this at my sister. Crusty iPads. I don't know. Okay, but that they never clean, and then they're just writing their little fan fictions, and it's just the grammar.
That's what you used to do.
But you can't really blame them. I mean, how intricate is it? How dedicated do they have to be to sit there and over again write about orbs that are most of the time blue, messy hair thrown up in a bun.
Messy blonde hair.
Yes. The occasional brunette.
The occasional. If they're feeling on the edge,
Once the good girl goes bad after the mate that growled mine rejects her, we have the occasional dyeing the hair black for a rebel look. But it doesn't matter because in the end, we come crawling back to this wall, a literal wall that ends up growling and roaring. And it's just so to read. Like Archive of Our Own could never.
Mm-hmm. No, and then they listen to Fight Song one time and they're just like, yo, feminism.
They wake up,
feminism.
Okay? YM's life is so difficult. She wakes up, okay, with her goldfish parents and grandpa dead in a car crash 2 years before her birth, okay? Only for her to be living
hang
with
on. Hang on. Her parents died 2 years before her birth.
Of course.
She never met her parents.
Yeah, of course.
She
only
lived with her
only
grandparents. No, hear me out. Hear me out. She lived with her grandparents, who baked her cookies every Sunday, only to find out as she grew up that her grandma was trying to kill her with poisonous cookies. But her dog ended up eating them instead, which is why her dog died. The only companion that she had in her whole life was her dog that died because it ate the poisoned cookies that her grandma was trying to feed her.
Yep. And unfortunately, now that she's not dead, the grandma has to do something with her. So what does she do? Sell her to the mafia to get
sell her to
Harry Styles. Okay, sell her
Jeff
to Bezos.
Styles.
Okay.
I saw, y'all, I'm not even kidding. I saw a Jeff Bezos fan fiction on Wattpad, and I had to stop for 5 minutes.
Sweetie, Jeff Bezos is nothing. I've seen Trump and Biden together. I've seen Shrek. I've seen Tom and Jerry.
Yo.
The sky is your limit.
You know, in the vice presidential debate, a fly landed on Mike Pence's head. I saw a fly ex Mike Pence fan fiction, and I lost it.
This is exactly why Archive of Our Own could never.
Wattpad
has such original masterpieces. We bring in Shrek, Tom and Jerry. Like, how unique are the writers on Wattpad? But I mean, no hate whatsoever. I do spend majority of my time there, whether for fun, for extra sources.
There's something about it that always takes you back.
Yeah. It's the nostalgia I have from the Harry Potter fanfics I read way back when I was like 12. Then now I go on there and I'm like, what the hell did I spend my time
Fred and George Weasley?
I love Fred Weasley so much. Dude, my cousin, shout out to Manha, and anyways, she sent me this Wattpad story about Fred Weasley. I read all 300 chapters, okay? I read the spin-offs. There were like 5 spin-offs of that exact same book, right? And I had Fred Weasley as my wallpaper for a good month.
As you should.
Exactly. I feel like the Weasley twins are so underrated, and so is Neville. Neville is way too underrated.
Neville is...
Should I take you back to another memory that you forgot about?
Yes.
Percabeth.
Okay, but I haven't forgotten it because my sisters are reading. They just started the Percy Jackson series after I've blackmailed them into reading it. So I get to see them fall in love with Percabeth all over.
Bruh.
They are my sister for a fun time.
I've been trying to convince my sister to read more, but all she cares about is freaking Roblox, bro. I'm like, bro, Percy Jackson, my childhood was taking those which Greek god is your parent tests.
Yes. Yeah.
All the way down.
Now I think it's a little different, but the fact that when I was 10 or whatever, if I didn't get Poseidon or Athena, something was wrong with me. Artemis. Yes.
I was obsessed with Greek gods for no apparent reason. I don't know why I was so obsessed. But I would research all the different gods. I had a notebook filled with every single god and what they would do.
Why? I was sitting here last weekend because my sister started the book series then, drawing on the board a family tree, of the Greek gods and goddesses. A huge mistake on my end because I cannot explain to them how Aphrodite came out of Uranus's and how Zeus just happens to have so many children with people who are not
Hera,
yeah. Yeah, I stepped into something I shouldn't have. It was interesting. It was an interesting conversation. But yeah, I get to read Percy Jackson now.
No, because if you think about it, all those old myths and stuff, they're family trees, bro.
Yeah.
It's a dark hole you don't want to step into.
Yeah.
Because I remember once my friend and I came to the Revelation.
I always get that mixed up. I have to say it in my head. Is it Revelation or Revelation?
It's Revelation. Yeah.
Yeah, Revelation.
Revelation, yeah. On how what's her name? Persephone and Hades were related. Because I think he's the uncle, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Stephanie's dad is Zeus.
And like she was absolutely betrayed as she came to this realization, because she was like, my favorite ship. This is my childhood. This is what I built myself.
I've been so obsessed with. I didn't even know that since recently, because I've been reading Lore Olympus, the webtoon.
Yes, that webtoon,
so good.
Everything, bro.
And that webtoon is turned into a book. It's a book now.
Yeah, it's already in Barnes and Nobles. I'm just look at it.
Same. I mean, I'm not like a lot. My parents don't like me buying books just because it's a waste of money. But like, bro, I need to annotate in them. I love annotating books so much. No, and then I always tell my non-reader friends, "Yo, I'm annotating. I want books to annotate," and they're like, "Nerd," and I'm like, "My annotations are not as smart as you think it is."
No, okay. See, annotating things is like actually kind of fun, though.
It is
so fun
because
a number of times. Yeah, go ahead.
In class, we started poetry, and I annotated this poem, and I went all out with like anything that I wanted to write, and I genuinely really loved it, because I was like, look at all the connections I'm making, look at all the things I'm noticing.
You're talking
about the okay, you're talking about useful like
annotation
and okay, yeah, that kind of annotating is really good too. Yes.
Yeah, but my annotations are more bro.
The amount of time I've gone back to the annotations I've made in like Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows.
Oh my god, Heir of Fire, best book in the series.
It is. The angst in that book like tugged at my heartstrings. It was like the thing with books is it just like you get so attached to some of them if they're done really well. And it's you literally don't know what to do with your life when you're done with it. But then you realize like maladaptive daydreaming is a thing.
Yeah.
Continue the story. Come up with your own like tragic backstory.
Put yourself as a character in the story. Just go live your dream life. Literally live.
What's my First of all, here's the thing. Wattpad archive of our own. Okay, screw that. I make such better fan fictions in my head. And the angst. Okay, here. Why is my fan fictions in my head so depressing? I'm just like, I died.
It is, bro. It is. No, it's always some kind of. Okay, this is probably kind of toxic, but like a lot of my like fantasies, they're not really fantasies, I guess, but a lot of my like daydreams include some kind of like hurt / comfort, some kind of miscommunication trope. Okay.
Yeah.
Some sort of betrayal, backstabbing thing going on. And then once I'm done with it and I'm like conscious of what I've done, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
You're done.
Therapy isn't free. Therapy should be free. And because it isn't, we have other coping mechanisms.
Yeah, like just making your situation worse in your head.
The struggle of immigrants is not having enough money to pay for therapy and having to deal with reading books.
No, exactly. I mean, and it's not like we do drugs.
Exactly. This is a healthy coping method.
It's a
healthy mechanism.
Yeah, we're not like illegally transporting random organs to different people.
Bro.
We're just sitting where we are. Not
trying to start the essay you've been assigned 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But then crying.
Just completely just cursing out that teacher's name in our head because at that one point they took off on our last essay for absolutely no good reason.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Oh no, get started. I want to know.
And teachers, just like teachers in general.
Oh.
It's like, don't even get me started. Teachers are gonna... Yeah. Don't get me wrong, okay? I love my teachers. I have some amazing teachers. But I've also had some really bad experiences with teachers in the past.
Yep.
Oh, I've had some in the present. But I'm not going to go into them because they might be watching. You guys, I love y'all. No one is watching. None of my teachers are watching.
One of our teachers actually started following our podcast Instagram.
Yeah, my GT teacher from 8th grade.
She was great. She gave us like free donuts every Chris Club. And I just literally just go raid.
What are you doing?
She jumping.
For context, Mehr just randomly sets the phone up on like this high part in her room, and she goes all the way to the back. She starts dancing and doing like those like you know the mimes like in Paris, French mimes. Something like the move the window thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was my sister's room. Get it right. This is my room. It's pretty. You can't see it, but it's pretty.
Yeah, just take her word for it.
Exactly. I don't think anyone who's watching wants to take my word for it, considering every single episode. Where were we again before
I don't know.
You commented on my miming? We were somewhere. I wanted to say something.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about how our teacher follows us now.
Yeah. Okay. We were talking about our teacher phone. I was going to say something. Hang on. Let me trace back. Give me like 5 minutes.
Just rewind your thoughts.
Yeah. I'm rewinding. Here's the thing, though. The thing with, like, I'm always, like, romanticizing enemies to lovers, but I literally cry every time I'm in an ounce of drama.
No, same, though.
Like, that's the thing, right? Because I feel like when you think about it in a book version where you're not really you completely, or you're just a much free version of yourself, you go for the tall, dark, handsome, brooding, misunderstood villain.
Old guy.
There's no way, I'm sorry. There's no way you choose Sam Cortland, okay? Or Kale over Rowan, okay? Like,
Rowan! Oh my god.
I think I'd make a really, really good, like, brown Elsa.
Yes.
I vote myself to be your Sven.
Can I be Olaf? I call Olaf. I'm Olaf.
Wait, Shreya, aren't we supposed to be like sisters or something?
Yeah, so you have to be Anna, honestly.
Yeah, I guess I have to be Anna.
Anna's amazing. What are
Mehr can be, Mehr can be Olaf because like the height and everything checks out. We can just like,
Excuse you.
I mean,
hang on. I would just like to say Odyssey is shorter than me, so just gonna put that out there. She's way shorter than me.
I'm shorter than you by a centimeter.
Not a centimeter. You're shorter than me by like an inch, okay?
An inch is 2 centimeters. Big deal.
An inch is 2 centimeters? How many centimeters is an inch?
Hold on. Ooh, an inch is... Oh, yeah, it's a little over 2 centimeters.
It's 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
Ultimately, as you can see from the stimulus shown above, which is basically the three of us, we get off topic a lot, and in part is due to the fact that our minds are constantly coming up with, a better word would be concocting different stories and fantasies. So I apologize for the pain you have gone through to watch this entire podcast. If you've made it till here, give yourself a pat on the back. You definitely deserve it.
And as a note from the person who edits your episodes, if it makes no sense or if there are parts of it that feel like it doesn't flow, let's just blame that on internet connectivity and the fact that Shreya had to leave the Zoom call and not because I cut out huge segments of it because they did not make sense. Anyways.
Of course.
Yes, Mehr, would you like to add anything to our closing statements at this press conference?
My phone. Press conference. I just dropped my phone. Okay, how do you close episodes again? It's been like 10 years since
No, usually you tell me you don't know how to close and then I close.
Oh, I don't know how to close.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of the M&M podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully from now on, we will try to have a more regular upload schedule. But until next time, I cannot promise you what our upload schedule is like. But until next time, bye for now.
I can promise you, though, however, that we are not on crack and that we are indeed okay.
Possibly.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.